Hey, it is I, man with ass, with a nasty piece of bronchitis. But I'm not going to let that stop me from expressing my thoughts. I'm not sure if many of you know or noticed, but I'm only going to speak for Atlanta and New York. Every high school that is predominantly black in New York and down here in Atlanta, these kids every day go through metal detectors as they enter the school building. And it's been like this for, well, at least I could speak for New York since what, the early 2000s, maybe a little bit before that. But metal detectors have been installed in every high school in New York. And when I got down here in Atlanta, they're in every high school. And let me preface again that high schools that are predominantly black, they all have metal detectors. Very interesting. Has there ever been a mass murder in a predominantly black high school anywhere in this country? I'm talking about a black kid walking into his or her high school and shooting anything that moves, killing teachers, staff, kids. It has never happened. Now, have black kids got shot outside of school? Yeah, like one or two, over a fight, something like that between two groups. But not one has ever walked into a black high school with an assault rifle prior to the installation of metal detectors and sprayed down everybody or anything. It has never happened. And for decades, I've been wondering, why are metal detectors in all these black schools when these mass shootings tend to happen in predominantly white schools? Have you realized that? And if so, have you ever questioned, what is this about? That goes along the line of the pipeline from school to prison. It's a psychological thing. They want to adjust, massage the minds of our kids to get used to metal detectors. And it's like a form of prison, a psychological thing, you know so that when you go to prison, you'll be used to it. In these suburban areas, all white school, predominantly white, those parents will never allow metal detectors in their schools. And those are the schools that need them. When I work in a school, and this has just happened within the last couple of years, I'm sitting in the classroom and I'm thinking, you know what? because I'm not working in, I wasn't working in predominantly black schools. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, if there's a active shooter, what am I going to do with these children? I'm looking at the design of the classroom. I'm always paying attention to the exit signs. Actually, I'm about to invest in a bulletproof backpack. I kid you not. They got some real nice ones for like $150, $180 that I will be wearing as I sit in these classrooms. Because these white kids are fucking crazy. And it's a lot of factors that goes into it. I bet if profilers interviewed all these individuals who committed these mass murders, the one recently in Buffalo, the Parkland shooter, the freaking kid that got McDonald's before he went to jail after shooting all them black folks in the church. If they sat down and interviewed them and asked, what kind of video games did you play and how much did you play it every day? How long did you play it every day? How many hours? These games like Fortnite, I'm not saying, oh yeah, Fortnite, Call of Duty, they are the exact reason why these things happen. No, what I need you to understand is that these people are acting out their real life video game. They taking it off the console, the Xbox, the PlayStation console, and they're bringing it into supermarkets and schools. After a while, I imagine, you play Fortnite all this time and it ain't nothing but practice. And after a while, you get bored. You want to see what it's like in real time. And you want to get the high score. Hopefully, you've been hearing me well. Um, and this is what is happening. They're studying prior perpetrators. How many kills did they get? What weapons did they use? What can I do to improve? We just recently started seeing them dressing up in a full armor, bulletproof vests and headgear and all this stuff. That's recent. Well, except for Columbine, but still, they're more advanced today than Columbine. But they're all trying to get the highest score. Well, who has the highest score? No, who has the highest score? That kid from Virginia Tech. He got 33 deaths. The Asian kid. And you know what? That's just like how it's always been when it comes to video games. Remember when Pac-Man first came out, Space Invaders? Remember it was always the Asian kid that would put in a quarter and be on the game for 3 hours and turn the game over and over and over on one quarter. It was always the Asian kid that had the high score that we was always trying to beat. The more things change, the more they stay the same. They're trying to beat this Asian kid. from Virginia Tech. He did not have on a lot of gear. And then they looked at him and what he had on. Well, I could purchase this. I could suit up better. Give me more time, more of a chance to kill more people, more children, and whoever else gets in the way. Don't you dare say that I am reaching. I'm not reaching nothing. You better sit down and focus and open your eyes and observe and understand it. What's happening? They say like hip hop music. Oh, one of them Republicans blamed rap and hip hop. Uh, no, you can't blame rap and hip hop for mass shootings. But you can blame rap and hip hop for niggas killing niggas. Yes, niggas ain't listening to hip hop and running into white schools and killing children, or running into white supermarkets and killing whoever they can shoot. That's not what's happening. Drill music. They're killing each other who they rapping about. They're ops and all of that. But again, it lends itself for you to see how these things affect us. And I said this before, and I'll say it again. You could take a plant, put it in front of a speaker, blast heavy metal music in front of this plant for a week. The plant will begin to grow away from the speaker. You take that same plant and blast classical music, calming music, and the plant will begin to grow towards the speaker. So if music has that kind of effect on a plant, how much more of an effect does it have on us? And so I've been covering quite a few of these mass shootings. I've stopped. I don't think I said anything about Parkland. I think the last time I made a video about a mass shooting probably was Sandy Hook. It's the last time I said anything about it. Because you know what happens? Somebody goes, kills a bunch of people in a school. Everybody's upset. Everybody's mourning. Everybody's grieving. We watch CNN, funeral after funeral after funeral. Parents crying, siblings crying, principals crying, you know, government officials getting all choked up. And then after about 3 weeks, a month after the crime, things go back to normal. Nothing gets done. When it first happens, everybody is, oh, gotta do something about these guns. Yeah, gotta do something about these guns. And everybody got these ideas and yeah. But when it's all said and done, nothing ever happens. It goes back to normal until the next mass murder event. It's just a vicious cycle, just goes round and round and round. Children get shot to death in the school. The whole country is shocked. CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, they roll the footage and they talk about it for 2 weeks. Then it dies out. All the news agencies leave the town. They leave the school. Life goes back to normal. and nothing happens. So I just watched Biden's um, press conference or statement he made. And I don't know, he's talking about let's do something. Well, that's normal. That's what all the presidents have been doing with this type of shit happening. They make a press conference. We got to change laws. We got to do this. We got to do that. And nothing happens till the next shooting. And they'll come out with another press conference. We got to do this. We got to do that. The gun laws. Da, 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 da. And nothing happens. I got tired of this shit from Sandy Hook. I think there's a lot of avenues that must be looked at. It's not just the guns. Yes, start with the guns, but you got to get a handle on what you allow these producers to put out in music, these artists, and you got to do something about these video games because not everybody can't keep it on a video game. After a while, you know, white boys, in this case, in Uvalde, Spanish boy, they start getting a hard on for real life blood. And these video games, it's not real life enough for them. And it looks real, doesn't it? But it ain't good enough for them. No, 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 no. They really want to see a baby's head explode when they shoot them. They want to see babies laid out all over the classroom, bleeding to death, those who haven't died instantly. They want to see the suffering of parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and siblings, friends, cousins. They want to alter the lives of parents forever. In video games, you shoot somebody. In a video game, you don't see their parents come out crying and sobbing and grieving. You don't see nobody grieving. You just keep it moving. No, that ain't good enough for them. Plus, I'm not sure if they have it where you could shoot children in video games. Then again, they probably do. Who knows? These video games are wicked. So, I would love to see some change. I don't know any solutions other than to start with the music and the video games. As far as the gun laws, it gets complicated because of the Second Amendment. But it just, why does the average person, why do I have an AR-15? Actually, why do I have two of them? I had to ask myself that. Why do I have these powerful guns? Well, I know why I bought them, because you fucking crazy people on YouTube. Just in case you want to get stupid, I'm going to blast your fucking ass away. And hopefully it's in my dining room, because I want to see the china explode all over the place. But other than that, it's not crossing my mind to go into a school or the supermarket or commit mass murder. But I don't necessarily need these AR-15s. And I made the decision that, should I sell them? I'm scared to do that. I might sell it to the wrong person. I'll just give them to a police station. Maybe I could sell them to the police. But I wouldn't want to sell it to an average citizen. But yeah, somebody put out my address. I saw somebody type, yeah, we need to send some niggas to rob that big pretty house she got. Yeah, that's when I bought those AR-15s. But you know what? They're not necessary. Since these last two shootings, when I really think about that I own two of them, it's kind of making my stomach turn. But I'm going to sell them to the police officers. I think that would be a good idea. And I don't think the average citizen should have those guns. I think they should be um, relegated to the military, and that's it. That's what I think. I don't think an 18-year-old should be able to purchase them. I no longer think I should be able to purchase them. You know, they hold 30 rounds, 50 rounds, 70 rounds, 100 rounds. Long dicks they can have. And for what? They're getting into the hands of the wrong generation of kids who have grew up pretty much their whole life playing games like Call of Duty, Fortnite, whatever the games were prior to that. That's what they know. They've had practice for many, many years, from the time they were children all through their teenage years. And now they want to take it off the console and into a classroom full of babies. So those are my thoughts. And yet, with all these mass shootings in the schools, these white suburban schools, they still won't install metal detectors. But those metal detectors are certainly installed in any black school in the USA. Go figure. Or as my daddy would say, go figure like a nigga. Peace.